Hey, my turn, big guy.
Okay, so for this build, I'm playing as Miss Scarlett from the board game Clue. So the main rules are that she can only use weapons that can be found in the board game Clue. So that gives us four main categories. And eventually she'll acquire an armored red dress, but it'll be some time before we can get that. For the other rules, we'll get to them as we come to them.
Let me just slide in here.
I like it. Makes you look younger.
Ha!
As handsome as the day we met.
This is the best that I could come up with for what the character looks like. Which is a little cartoonish, but the image that I'm working on is a cartoon, so I think that that works out okay. There's two possibilities, which is one, that I'm terrible at making characters, or two, that it's harder to make a character look exactly like what you want compared to the Fallout 4 promotional videos that Bethesda put out. I don't know which one is more true, but in this case, I don't think it really matters because there's been several different iterations of what Miss Scarlett looks like. In some cases, she doesn't even have blonde hair. It seems that in none of the iterations that I could find, she has red hair, which seems like it would be the most obvious choice, but it seems like when she has something that's red, it's always her dress. But in some cases, she has both black hair and a black dress. But this is what she approximately looks like in the 2017 version of Clue that I have. Her husband back there, I tried to make look a little bit like Colonel Mustard because he's the most recognizable male character from the series. And I couldn't really do anything like Professor Plum without being able to give him glasses. And there's no way to put glasses on your spouse before, spoiler alert, they get shot to hell by Kellogg. So this is what we're stuck with. So this is the first time I'm using this recording software, so I feel a little bit like Tinker Tom right now. Come on, baby, don't crash!
Good morning, Mum. Your coffee, 173.5 degrees Fahrenheit, brewed to perfection. And today's newspaper just delivered.
Now I swear, the very first time I played this game, I thought that I saw the coffee in the cup disappear when you clicked on it. But I've never seen that happen since, so I think I must have been imagining things, because coffee's still there after I drank it.
More of the same.
So there's no way to speed up this section, so I think I'm going to cut most of it. So I might as well go over the rules. The four main weapons that we can use are a lead pipe, a pipe wrench, any kind of knife, but particularly knives that look like the knives in the game, and revolver pistols specifically. Not all pistols, but only revolver pistols. And then we can use any unique variations of those four main classes. So I haven't really decided what the personality of this character is yet, but I think that lascivious is probably the best word.
Good morning. Then I'm glad I opened the door. Sounds great. Sure, let's do it.
Okay, so obviously her name's gonna be Scarlett. I thought about giving her a last name, but it seems that sometimes if you give your character a last name, it messes up Codsworth's ability to say even a name that he normally is able to say. So we're going to play it on the safe side and put it in like this. In my research, it looks like sometimes Scarlett is spelled different ways, but in the 2017 version of Clue, it's spelled with two T's, and the 2T version is the only one that Codsworth will say out loud. So we're going with this version. Okay, so I think that this is an okay special build. She's going to be primarily a blitz character because 3 of those weapon classes are melee. We're going to go for an above average charisma to go with the personality of the character. We're going to put in some strength for our melee damage, but that'll probably be bumped up more as we go along. And then I decided to go with 5 for luck so that we can go for idiot savant instead of going straight into intelligence. I'd ideally like both my strength and my charisma to be higher, so maybe when we leave the vault will knock down the luck and say that this is a really slow leveling character that doesn't have Idiot Savant or any intelligence, so that we can get our charisma and our strength up. I haven't really decided yet. And so as soon as I close this out and Codsworth talks to us, that's going to be the highlight of this entire series. It's going to peak early. I would not have done this build if Codsworth couldn't say the name Scarlett.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Wait for it.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
Miss Scarlett, sure.
Scarlett has to be one of the best possible names for that little gag with Codsworth saying the name. Another really good one is Molly. When he says that one, it almost feels like it should be preceded by a good golly when he goes and says, Miss Molly. If you can think of a better name that Codsworth can say, you should leave it in the comments.
Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Oh, right. The park. With you. Because I want to get pregnant again.
Sir, Mum, you should come and see this.
Codsworth, what's wrong?
My God.
It's full of stars.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
One thing that I've noticed that's a weird continuity error is that if you look, none of these mailboxes have any names on them. But in the post-apocalypse, several of them have readable names on them. There's an Abel house, there's a Rosa house. I don't know how they don't have names on them now. Like, I think this house right here should say Rosa on it. But it doesn't say Rosa. Did raiders living in Sanctuary Hills after the park put their family names on the mailboxes? Because none of these ones are labeled. This is the moment where you're supposed to test how much endurance and agility you have based on how long you can sprint for. One thing that I discovered is that if you run really fast and onto this platform and then off onto the other side of it, it can really mess up your game. Because you'll die in the nuclear apocalypse.
He's fine. We're gonna be okay.
But if you do it slow enough, the game will stop you from being able to move. I'm pretty sure that would still kill you. So this vault suit here is going to cause us some problems later on, and we're going to have to talk about those after we get unfrozen. I think the most interesting thing in this room is that this guy here seems to be the only one wearing a Pip-Boy.
Just step in here and put your vault suit on.
Who's my little guy, huh? I'm not going far. I'll just be over there.
There she is, see? Mommy's not going far.
All set? Just step inside and put on your vault suit.
If I have to. I would say Kellogg with the revolver in the cryo chamber. That's one murder solved. Okay, so we've got a couple problems, and the first one you can see right here. It's this vault suit. We cannot immediately jump into a red dress. If the rules of the build say that we always have to be wearing a red dress, then we've already failed. I can't even take this vault suit off until way later when I get my Pip-Boy at the front of the vault. And it's going to be a while before we get that for a reason I'm about to explain. So we have to come up with a rule that allows us to wear this vault suit for like right now. I think that the rule is going to be that the first time we find a red dress, we have to put that on, and that's the only thing that we're allowed to wear after that point. But until we find a red dress, we have to stay in the vault suit. And we can put any pieces of armor that'll fit over this on it during that time. And when we put on the red dress, then we can still have the arm pieces because they'll fit over the red dress, but our legs and chest will have to go because they won't fit over it. Now, the next question is, would this character talk to Nate Mustard and get the wedding ring off of him? So the first way to think about it is, no, because she doesn't care. I think she's pretty obviously just a gold digger and may have killed him later herself if she had the opportunity. This probably just saves her the effort, based on their age difference and her general personality, and the fact that in this run of Clue, she did it. But a different way of thinking about it is that she actually just wants the wedding ring to be able to sell. So we'll go ahead and open the cryopod. I guess this is the first canonical confirmation of Colonel Mustard's first name. Apparently it's Nate. This shows the second problem we have, which is these roaches here. Because the weapons that are in Vault 111 are security batons and a 10mm pistol. And we can't use the 10mm pistol because it's not a revolver. And I don't think we can use the security baton unless we say that it looks a little bit like a candlestick. And I'm not going to go for that. So what we're going to try to do is no-kill our way out of the vault. So the main question is our character allowed to use her fists? And the purist run would say no, because you can't kill someone with your fists in Clue. But no killing your way out of the vault is super difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to no-kill our way to the front of the vault, and then grab the switchblade that's just outside of Vault 111, and then we'll have a weapon for the rest of the run. If I die more than once trying to no-kill my way out of the vault, we're going to have to say that fists are allowed. We're going to go ahead and quick save here, because this is pretty difficult. I've only ever done it once. You wouldn't think that the rad roaches are as dangerous as they are, but when you're deliberately not attacking them, they can hurt you pretty bad. I probably shouldn't have run through the Tesla coils in hindsight. Now what you gotta do is you gotta get this door shut before they can get through it. Okay, that worked. So we're this far without those rad roaches being able to follow us. So we can heal ourselves up completely with this sink. But the rad roaches remaining are even more of a problem than those first couple. Now we're not going to pick up this 10mm pistol because we can't holster it properly until after we get our Pip-Boy, and we can't use the pistol. So until we get our Pip-Boy, we're not going to pick up any weapons that we can't drop. I will be picking up some weapons along the run, for the purposes of just selling them or giving them to companions or keeping them for sentimental value that we're not allowed to kill people with, but we're not going to start doing that behavior until after we have our Pip-Boy. So this is the difficult bit, because you got to run through and get all of these guys on the other side of the door from you. Okay, we missed one. Doesn't matter, because we gotta get these three, and we gotta get them all on the other side of a door from us. This is a normal difficulty, by the way. There should be 3 of them. Okay, there's the third one. Okay, if we can get this door shut, then... Nope, that didn't work. Ow. That didn't work. Ah, dang it. We might die. Let's try first person. Was that gonna make it easier? Is it? Ah, dang it. That was close that time. What if we tried a different door? Would it be easier if we tried a different door? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try to get there. Come on. We're sprinting. Oh. That door, I don't think that door closes at all, because it automatically opens. We might have to use this door. No, still got 1 with us. We locked 2 out. Got him! Okay, so we're not gonna die on this first try. We did lose almost all of our health, though. Because the game is not like New Vegas, and it's not designed for a no-kill run. It's not designed for a kill-everything run, either. Now, I think the rule is that it won't let me pick up the Pip-Boy until I'm out of danger. Okay, but because I locked the rad roaches so far away, I was automatically out of danger. Usually you have to crouch down for a while. So that went better than expected, even though we lost about 75% of our health. There should be a water source that we can find, or a bed, to fix that. We don't need no man!
Vault door cycling sequence initiated. Please stand back.
While I'm waiting for this door to open, one thing that I noticed earlier that I didn't have a chance to talk about is the terminal. Some terminals seem much easier to open a door than others. It seems like the ones that are part of the main quest, you can press one button and the door that you want will open. And then other times, in just random dungeons, it'll take like 3 button presses in order to get down to the door opening option. And then you have to press tab 3 times to get back out. I don't know why that is. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a save here in case we decide that we want to change the way our character looks retroactively. I think that we're gonna leave our character the way it is, at least unless someone tells me I should go back to this point and change it.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
Okay, so this is our first weapon. This switchblade is good because include there's a weapon that's either called a knife or a dagger based on your version, and this is what we're going to use. So this will be our main weapon for a little while. We definitely still need to either build a water source or a bed. I don't think that it would be worthwhile to drink from the river because I acquire so many rads.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Codsworth, you're still here. So other people could still be alive too. He's in a better place.
Oh, Mom, these
Or
things
rather,
you're
he's in
saying.
the same place, but now he's got a big hole through him.
I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Oh, Sean does so love that game.
Would it be very meta if we decided to play Clue? I think my character does care about her son, even if she doesn't care about her husband.
Sean's been kidnapped. I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna get my baby back. Doesn't matter how long it's been. I feel fine.
So what most people do is they go for the yellow option because it gives you a nice easy speech check. But in this case, because my character has only about 25% of her health, I'm gonna do this other thing where I press get food and then it'll leave him distracted enough that I can use the workbench while he's going to go find the food.
What? Food? Yeah, sure. I need a minute to think.
So we rush over here and we're gonna build a bed before we leave the workbench. Because Codsworth can't talk to us while we're in this mode. We're gonna scrap a couple things nearby to make some raw materials, but we're not going to go into the houses that still have bloat flies and rad roaches in them, because that would be rather counterproductive. Codsworth does seem to still be able to follow me, which he shouldn't be able to do. Because your companions can't follow you while you're in workshop mode. Okay, I didn't think I'd have the cloth to build that, but I apparently found some somewhere. Ah, it was from a cigarette packet. So what we're going to try to do is, before Codsworth speaks to us, we got to sleep in the bed. This is going to be annoying. Nope, E. So long, loser.
Leaving? So soon? Was it something I said?
Codsworth.
Mum, I've been thinking. Your loved ones may simply be hiding from the Red Menace.
Do you mean me? Am I the Red Menace?
The Red Menace?
Why, the communists, of course.
Oh, the communists.
After the Chinese.
Or maybe evil leprechauns. Codsworth?
There,
Are you
still get
sure
the
you're
speech
holding
check
up
if you do it
okay?
this way.
Stay with me, pal. Focus. Well, it's something. All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, Mum.
Alright, Codsworth tries to do a lot of kill stealing on this part of the mission, so you gotta memorize which 2 houses he goes to, or he's gonna kill 4 out of the 6 bloatflies. I would say that for the murder of these 3 bloatflies, it was Miss Scarlett with the dagger in the collapsed house. That's 1 murder solved.
Movement in another house. Follow me.
That joke is gonna get old fast, but I am not gonna stop making it. Oh, and here we get that crowning moment again.
Miss Scarlett,
Yes!
Thanks for trying, Codsworth.
Concord is nearby, and, well, the people there have only shot at me a few times.
I like these people already.
So I'm not going to scrap all of Sanctuary yet, not until we get this Sanctuary mission from Sturges, but I am going to search all the houses to see if we can find a red dress here. Maybe kill a couple rad roaches in the process. Okay, so when we get here, it raises an interesting question, which is, what's the deal with grenades? Either way, I think I'm going to still pick them up, because it takes more time to think about not picking them up than to just pick them up. But am I allowed to use them? For most of my challenge builds that I do just by myself, I generally make an exception to all of my weapon restrictions to allow myself to use any grenades that I want. But because I'm making this for YouTube, I think that we're going to go with the more restrictive definition, which is to say that we can't use any grenades. I think that if we find ourselves in a situation where we can't survive any other way, then we could construe a Molotov cocktail as being a candle, which is a little bit like a candlestick. But we'll try to avoid having to do that if possible. Usually I like to go and turn all of the radios in Sanctuary on, but because I'm on YouTube, that's probably a bad idea. See? This house says Rosa. It didn't say Rosa before the apocalypse. Just making a big horseshoe right now. I like to start down at the bottom near the bridge and work my way around in a systematic order. There's a laundered blue dress. If it was a laundered rose dress, we'd put it on temporarily. So, we are special, and I think that we're special mostly in the direction of being charismatic.
That's it.
Okay, so we searched everywhere, all of the dressers and suitcases in Sanctuary. No red dress. Sometimes you can find one, but this time we didn't. So we're gonna have to keep searching for that. So we're setting out from Sanctuary still wearing this stupid vault suit. So obviously we can't be taking the Drifter outfit from him. It's tempting to take the shotgun, but we can't take that either. I thought for a long time that a tire iron was one of the weapons in Clue, but I looked it up and it's a lead pipe instead, so this is no good. So we can't use that either. Now as we approach Dogmeat, we gotta talk about companions. Now, usually I play this game with companions. I don't usually do a lone wanderer build, and so I'm going to have companions with me most of the game. But the question is, which companions am I going to romance? And I think that the only characters I'm going to get to maximum affinity with, and
Hey boy, what are you doing out here all by yourself?
and also romance, are going to be companions that I can later
see,
kill
okay,
to
guy.
go along with the femme fatale
Okay,
persona
then.
of this character.
Let's stick together.
And so the only characters that we're going to get to maximum affinity are Deacon, Dance, and X688. And then we're going to subsequently kill all three of them and do a Minuteman run for the ending. Ugh, Dogmeat never wants to show you anything interesting. We're just looting this place waiting for the mole rats to pop up. So I'm going to activate this workbench so that I can send companions that I'm not using back to here, because it's a lot easier to find companions that you have temporarily sent elsewhere from Red Rocket than it is if you have to search all the way around Sanctuary for somebody. Okay, so usually you can open up the workbench before the mole rats pop up, but this time it took longer than that. One thing that's a little bit interesting about Red Rocket is that the border of it goes way far down in this particular direction. It goes all the way to here. You can see the blood bugs from here. So if you have a piece of circuitry, you can build a machine gun turret and then lure the blood bugs over and kill them with the machine gun turret. But I don't have any circuitry and I'm not going to run all the way up to robotics disposal in order to get one, on account that it's not really something that goes with this build. Without Blitz, sometimes it's a little hard to get close enough to the text. There. Sometimes blood bugs are randomly immortal and you can't kill them, but it seems like these ones were normal blood bugs, so we're okay on this occasion. So we're ready for our first perk, and I think it's gonna obviously be Blitz 1. Because I think we're gonna be using melee weapons exclusively for a long time until we can find either a pipe revolver or all the way until we get Kellogg's pistol. I could get a snub 44 if I wanted one, but I think that we can do well enough with our melee weapons that we don't need to go and run and get that. So we are going to be putting on the pieces of armor that fit over our vault suit, but when we finally get our red dress, whenever that's going to be, we're only going to be able to keep the pieces of armor that can still fit over it. And And that's just going to be the arms. Looks like Preston killed all the other raiders.
Grab that laser musket and help us, please!
So we'll finish looting these corpses of the people that Preston killed, I guess. No chest pieces or left arms in all of those corpses. For our second perk, I'm leaning towards Black Widow. Eventually we're going to need Gunslinger and Sneak and Big Leagues. Although Idiot Savant is a pretty good choice. Based on where I'm about to go, I think that Black Widow might be the best option, and then we'll get Idiot Savant on the next one. Now, I'm going to pick up this laser musket even though I'm not going to use it. I like to think of this laser musket as being unique, even though it's not a unique laser musket. It is a particular one in a particular location that you always get on a certain quest. So up until the time that I get the Righteous Authority, I like to keep that one as my main energy weapon that I use against enemies that are sensitive to energy damage. Now, the question is, am I going to go help Preston? And if I were to help Preston, I probably would have to jump in that power armor. Can this character use power armor? Now, usually when I'm playing just by myself, I'll bend the rules and say, any character can use power armor, and when they're in power armor, whatever weapon restrictions that they have don't apply anymore. But because I'm making this for YouTube, I think I'm going to be more restrictive and say that she can't use power armor, and she definitely can't use the minigun that's up there. So I think we're not going to do this quest now, although because we're planning on a Minuteman ending, we are eventually going to have to come back here. So Preston can wait in the Museum of Freedom for a long time. We're going to keep going until we get to Drumlin Diner. Just head on down the road. We are going to see Trash Can Carla first.
Hi. So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Sometimes if I have a high charisma character, I want to pass all the speech checks, and I foolishly pick Threaten just because it is a speech check, but that makes her useless as a store from then on. So it's probably always best to pick Barter.
Let's see what you got. Alright.
Go ahead and sell the cigarettes that I've been collecting. Well, it's the pre-war money. That's almost exactly the same amount of money as she has total. Alright. Now let's see if we can finish Drumlin Diner without any violence.
Whoa, whoa,
Do you know what
easy
that
there,
junk has
Hulk
done to my
girl.
boy?
This doesn't involve you.
You stop waving that gun in my face, or it's gonna involve me.
That's it. You're dead. You
Wow, that did not go well. I figured I'd be able to pass at least the first two checks. We might have a problem. Let's try that again. We have Charisma 7 and Black Widow. I have no idea how we failed a yellow speech check against a male character.
So what's your story? Looking to trade?
Your money. All of it. Now.
Yeah, I know the drill. Here.
I just accidentally stole from her. Gotta reload that one. Something about practicing what you preach, I guess. I better quick save here so that doesn't happen again.
Huh?
Hey there.
So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or...
Let's see what you got.
Oh, I have a little bit of everything.
We'll go ahead and quick save here as well.
We had a deal, Trudy. Hand over the goods. You owe us.
I ain't giving you poison shilling chem pushers anything.
Whoa,
Do you know what that
easy
junk
there,
has done to
Hulk
my
girl.
boy?
This doesn't involve you.
You stop waving that gun in my face, or it's gonna involve me.
Okay, okay, just take it easy. We'll lower our weapons, all right? Just don't do anything crazy.
Now hand over your money. All of it.
Just keep calm, all right? Here. That's everything I have.
Now get the hell out of here. Both of you.
That's it. You're dead. You crossed the...
There, that's more like it. Ah! I think I pressed the wrong button for a second there. Don't have any purified water. That stim pack prevented me from being able to use my VATS properly. Don't let her get away, Dogmeat! Whoa! I think Dogmeat just bit her arm off. There, that's something we've been looking for.
I can't wait to see the crows feeding on that scumbag. Here, this is for you. Now, if you ever need to trade, my shop's open.
Not today.
Okay. So the next place we're gonna go is Gorsky Cabin. There's Trashcan Scarlett. Usually it gets swamped right away as you enter Gorsky Cabin. Maybe Trashcan Scarlett drew them away. Might need some Rad-X while we're in this room. Maybe some Radaway too. I always have more than enough Radaway.
Through.
So here's the Wasteland Survival Guide. Now you could argue that this is completely pointless, because if you don't pick it up, you could just mark where Diamond City is on your own map. But I like to think that this isn't pointless, and so I like to come to Gorsky Cabin every time that I play the game that I don't complete the Museum of Freedom mission right away. So there's one more place that we're gonna go before we call it a part. I don't think we're gonna find a red dress today at all. And that's Walden Pond. I think you might see where I'm going with this. I think there's always mongrel dogs right up here. Most mongrel dogs are only in random encounters, but there's a couple places, and this is one of them, where mongrel dogs are always guaranteed to spawn. So, I think that we're gonna go with Idiot Savant. And then next time we'll pick the big leagues. I forgot that you can't get into the gift shop from this side unless you have Master Lock. Although this does give me my first combat knife, which is definitely better than the switchblade I have. Yep, it's also fast and does one more damage, but it'll be a lot more than one once I have big leagues and 10 strength. So, if I had to solve the murder of Bear and Tweez, I would say that it was Miss Scarlett with the knife in the basement of Walden Pond. But obviously the reason why we're really here is for this, the unique pipe wrench in the game, Big Jim. And this is going to be our main weapon for a long time, probably.
Excellent.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that we will call it a part there, and next turn we will start heading straight towards Diamond City with that marker on our map that we got from Gorski Cabin.